Over the past few years, we've heard a lot about soil health. And the question is, well, what is soil health? Well, soil health is our soil biology, our soil physical properties, and our soil chemistry coming together to maximize or optimize our soil's ability to deliver those properties that we get the maximum or most efficient grain yields or crop yields, forage yields, and the most environmentally sustainable also. We want to make that soil reach its full potential. Now, as I mentioned, it's three different parts: soil biology, soil chemistry, and soil physical properties. And about the 1990s is when people first started putting all of this together, how these three interact with one another. So let's look at them, each one of them. Soil biology, that's our microorganisms, our bacteria, our fungi, also our earthworms and some of the other ones, and the food that they eat. It can be the soil organic matter, it can be the humus, it can be those soil properties that help feed the soil microorganisms and the organisms themselves. Now, the soil chemical properties are what we're a little bit more familiar with. We're familiar with our potassium and our phosphorus and our micronutrients and our pH and our calcium and magnesium. Well, those are our chemical properties, but they can be affected by the soil biology themselves, because what plants will often do, if they are needing more of a certain nutrient, for example, sulfur or phosphorus, they can release certain compounds into the soil that will proliferate those microorganisms that will turn more phosphorus or sulfur around for them to take up. In fact, plants will use up to 40% of all the carbon fixed in photosynthesis to be exported out into the root zone to help feed those microorganisms. So as you can see, it's very important for the soil biology and the soil chemistry and plants to be on the same page. Now, also, when you have better soil fertility, that plant's going to grow, it's going to be healthier, and it's going to have the ability then to produce more organic compounds to release back into the soil, and that will help feed the soil biology. So you see that they're interconnected that way. Another way that these all three come together is our soil physical properties. Now, our physical properties, that's the soil structure and how much soil aeration we have, how much soil water that we have, and it can be affected by the soil chemistry because some of our nutrients like calcium and magnesium help build our soil. Also, the soil biology, the fungi, the bacteria make ooze that help hold the soil together, gives it structure. And the soil organic matter is also part of holding the soil together. So you can see how the soil physical properties are affected by soil chemistry and soil biology. And when we have good soil physical properties, we can have better soil biology because they have a better environment to grow in, and that it then impacts our soil chemistry. So you can see how they're all interrelated to one another. And the end product then is a more efficient soil system where our plants grow more efficiently, they can realize their genetic potential better, and it's more environmentally friendly. Now, how is that? Well, better soil structure, we get better water infiltration and better water storage. So instead of running off, it stays in the soil. So by having better soil health, not only do we improve our end product, the forages or the grains that we want to produce, but also have a better environment for ourselves and for the plants and the animals that consume those. And we want to thank the United Soybean Board for sponsoring the research that we're looking at how soil health indicators are affected by different crops and crop rotations.